From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You talk about this Rams defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
And they run the option on second down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Myles Garrett, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken right around the 44. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
They'll roll him out right back to Njoku. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Faking the give, now Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again, it's Watson. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Allen. And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA. Cam Akers, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 74 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And if you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, the Rams sit 6-5 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 1. Back to throw. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Stafford on first down. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. These two teams all tied after 1.
Stay 50, double right.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Maurice Hurst. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 10.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Watson looks to throw again. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, When a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Going up top for Cup. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown.
Cooper Kupp,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Rams add 6 to their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Point after here coming up. It's good to make it 17-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Here's Watson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. To throw is Watson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here.
Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
You and I talk a lot about these special teams and how important those can be. That comes into play here. The defense, not very alert.
And this is something you work on all the time as a defender. Always saying, alert, be ready for the fake. But sometimes you fall asleep anyway.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
115 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Stafford on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, it's Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds. Does not go around a first down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
He may go.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They run it again with Chubb.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the 2nd half gets started. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 15. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Barry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Barry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Thinking on that carry, wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Tackle can't go very far. Stop short of the 30.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Now this throw caught left side. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 147 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Browns' 36-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford going to change it up here.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is right through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Going right back to Akers.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll try the air now with Stafford. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2. It's a run with Akers. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's one as a quarterback where you put both hands on your helmet and say, I can't believe I just did that. If he puts a little more touch on that ball, the receiver's still running. Instead, it's just an incomplete pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll take a shot for Peoples-Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Lonnie Johnson picks it. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. 4th quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Rams, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.